7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well. Oh, look at all this. We got all the high school kids running and shit. Running and whatnot. So I was watching a couple of Psycho Cruise's videos. You know, I can't help but watch him. I don't even really agree with anything he says, but I notice, I guess he's thinking about getting a H2. I don't know if he is getting it for sure, but he's thinking about it. You know, and it basically, like, when you read some of the comments, I notice everybody loves the Kawasaki H2. You know, I feel like the black sheep of the family, you know, the motorcycle community, because all my buddies love that shit. I think it's ugly as fuck. I don't like it. What I do like about them, it's cool that it has a supercharger. You know what I mean? I do actually like the paint. I like the paint, how it's like this weird black, like mirrored chromed finish. You know what I mean? But that's it. When I look at the bike, the front end is ugly as sin. It's almost like it's the face only a mother could love. I would just want to smack the shit right out of it. I just don't like it. I'm not feeling it. I think it's really hideous. And when you look at it from the side, it literally looks like an unfinished bike. It does. It looks like an unfinished bike. It looks like it's missing fairings. Like when they were going through it, like really, I'm going to throw a picture up to the side. It looks like it's missing parts. It's not like other Nakeds where it's like nice and smooth. You know what I mean? It makes sense. You're like, you know, the lines work good. Like if you look at the Z900, it looks like it's supposed to be that way. When you look at the H2, it looks like it's missing fairings. Like it blew off in some sort of crazy accident because it was going so goddamn fast or something. You know, true story. Like really, take a look at it and be honest. And you know, that being said too, it's like got like what, 212 horsepower. I think H2R holds the top speed record now. Maybe I know one stupid fast, like 380 kilometers an hour or something fucking dumb for a production bike stock. But you know, every time I watch these things drag race against Hayabusas and ZX14Rs and stuff, you know, a lot of the times they're losing. The entire fucking time, the bike can't even keep the front wheel down. Because the H2 has to be the most confused bike, not ever made, but made in the last 5 to 10 years. Like when you really look at it, it's almost like it wants to be a super bike, like this beautiful 1000cc RSV4 that's under me right now. You know what I mean? Or you know, the stunning R1M. Or the S1000RR. You know, it looks like it wants to be a super bike like that, but it just can't cut it. You know what I mean? It looks like it wants to be one, but it's got so much power that it can't keep the front wheel down. And I'll bet you, I haven't seen these things do great on the track. A 1000cc, if you're looking just for a super bike or whatever, it's not like those are track monsters. You know, I'm more than positive an RSV4, an R1, a CBR 1000RR on like an actual track will fucking roast an H2. The only place an H2 has it is on the straightaway. And then it'll pretty much roast anything like that. But I'm not a fan of the H2. I'm just not a fan. You know, I watch these quarter mile runs, it's just like popping up, up and down, just all the time. And it's like, yeah, it's cool, it's got so much power, but you know, mine can pop a tire too, but it's not doing a quarter mile any faster. But it's just, it seems like it's got so much power on a bike that looks like it wants to be a super bike. So it's got a nice short wheelbase, with like over 200 horsepower, but I can't keep it down. It's not like it's a fucking MotoGP bike. MotoGP bike's got like what, 250 horsepower and shit. but at least they can keep the front wheel, well, I shouldn't say it at least, but they have a lot of technology to help keep the front wheel down. The H2, it's like, it's almost like, you know, and I mean no disrespect when I say this, but the H2 seems like a super squid bike. The only people I see really having this bike are people that are doing like these huge highway runs. Bah, bah, bah. That's really it. Those are the only people I see really doing with the H2. And I know this bike really has no other purpose but to go stupid fast. But that's not even it. It's just the amount of power in the short wheelbase doesn't make sense to me. To me, it looks so ugly. So ugly. The front end, the tail end's okay looking. Like, it's not bad. But it looks confused, and it looks like it's missing pieces. It looks like an unfinished bike. I just don't feel it. I don't know if you guys feel that way or not. You know, but everyone has different tastes. It's just like I hated right up until the 2019, so the most recent generation of BMW S1000RR, I hated it. Whereas the new 2019 and the 2020, I like both of them. I like them. I like the way the lights are. I think the lights are slick. I think it's a better looking bike. I think it's the best generation of S1000RR that's ever been made. You know, you take a look at the new 2020 with those lights. I think it looks slick. It kind of looks like it's almost like track fairings. You know what I mean? The lights are very subtle. Whereas, you know, like let's say the 2016, we'll go with that. Let's say the 2016 S1000RR. You know, again, is the face only a mother could love. So ugly, so ugly. Those beady eyes. Now, I'd buy one at a strictly performance, because that used to be one of my favorite super bikes, was actually the S1000RR. Never ever, not once did I ever think it was a good looking bike. I thought it was always ugly as sin, but performance wise, it always finished. You know what I mean? It had shit on lock. That BMW, and it still does. It's still a great bike. But I did hear the new 2020 models, because it's been completely redesigned, have a lot of mid-range issues. I don't know why I did that. I went down a gear. I meant to go up just to kind of chill out, so I could have a smoother throttle at lower speeds, even though it's lower RPMs. But yeah, I heard the mid-range is absolute dog shit on the new 2020s. Like, they have mapping issues and they gotta fix it up. Which really isn't that hard. All it takes is a map update and they can really just kind of smooth it out. And Bob's your uncle. So that's not a big deal, but I think it is a fantastic bike. But I have seen a lot of other people say that it's ugly, they hate it, it looks like every other sport bike on the market. And I guess I could kind of agree, it does look similar to a lot of other Japanese bikes, but not really that much. Not really that much where I'm gonna sit there and, you know, bitch and moan about it, because the lights before, it looked like it was on some, did some bad acid. And actually today, for some reason, I just have poor throttle control. I don't know if it's because I worked all day and I'm just like, beep, beep, beep. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the H2. I'm a big fan of the new S1000RR, you know, but I noticed Motonicity got his S1000RR, and I think he had it flashed and tuned and stuff like that, so he probably didn't even notice any of the issues with the mid-range I'm talking about, or maybe he did, and that's why he got it flashed so quick. But Psycho Cruiser, he won't be watching this, but if I were him, I would not buy that piece of shit H2. It's such a, I don't like it. I just think it's a dumb bike. You know, to each their own. It's got some cool factor too, some wow factor to it. Like the fact that It has a supercharger. The fact that it has a supercharger is pretty cool. The paint's cool. But look at it, guys. You're telling me, like, and be honest, man. You're telling me you don't think it looks like it's missing pieces? Like it should have other parts on it, like it was on the production line, and then they, you know, got close to the end. Fucking idiot. You see that? That fucking guy fucking creeping up beside me like that? What a fucking asshole, man. But I guess it's alright, if that's what you're into. I personally think they should have done a little bit more, like on something with like a little bit more full fairing like this, or I don't know. There's just something about it. It looks like it's missing something. It looks like it's missing something. But anyways, that's all I gotta say. You know, we can agree to disagree. You can just disagree with me altogether. It really doesn't matter. We all have an opinion. We're all entitled to our opinion. That's why they make so many different motorcycles. Because there's so many different types of personalities, you know? So you guys have a good one. Take care. God damn, I didn't even realize I rode in a big circle there. Oh well, it doesn't matter. You guys have a good one. Take care. Shiny side out, bitches. Peace!